Eren Yeager, Light Yagami, and Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. All of these characters are considered to be the best manipulators in the anime world, but nobody comes close to the monster named Johan Liebert. Johan Liebert is considered the god of manipulation, and it's clearly shown in the anime Monster. But what makes him a master manipulator? After watching the anime not once, but twice, reading books on psychology and persuasion, and comparing Johan's tactics with others, I have found the 5 secret methods that Johan uses to manipulate literally anyone, and you can do the same. But this video is made with only good intentions, so watch it carefully, because you'll find that the 4th step can turn you into an evil person if you use it with bad intentions. The first step in manipulating anyone is exploiting their weaknesses, but before revealing their weaknesses, you have to find out what they're hiding. Johan is a master at uncovering these shattered dreams, broken hearts, and regrets. And when he finds his prey, he doesn't go straight for the hunt. Instead, Johan makes them lower their guard first. He uses their weaknesses as a topic of discussion, shows real-life scenarios, or even shares how he overcame a similar weakness. For example, let's say your friend isn't good at studies, unlike you. You casually talk about how you got A's in every subject. They might congratulate you, but deep inside, their regret will grow deeper and more painful. Eventually, they'll seek comfort and ideas from the person who seems superior, which is none other than you. Once they start seeing you as the top G with their desired traits, they'll begin to follow you everywhere. And here's the secret: you don't need to do much. A single word, a well-timed sentence, or even a picture can expose their vulnerabilities. From that point on, they can only trust someone who knows their weaknesses and has the solutions to overcome them, which brings us to our second method. Whenever Johan talks to anyone, he doesn't just talk, he builds a connection. He takes a genuine interest in their discussion and keeps track of every word that comes out of their mouth. So, all you need to do is take an interest in someone else's life, become a reflection of their thoughts, avoid what they avoid, do what they do, and speak what they like. This simple act hijacks their brain into thinking you're not an outsider, but a real friend. But here's the mistake most people make: they fake their interest. And trust me, that never works. Instead, keep the discussion alive, even when it feels like it's drying out. For example, if someone loves talking about their childhood, don't just nod or say, "That's amazing." Ask them, "What made you fall in love with this hobby? Do you miss your childhood? Why is this memory so special to you?" In marketing terms, this is called tapping into the discussion already taking place in the mind. By doing this, you're mirroring their emotions while lowering their guard, and in their eyes, you become an authority. Now here's a subtle yet genius trick Johan used all the time. He knew exactly when to stay silent. By leaving just enough of a pause for the other person to fill the silence, they'd often end up saying more than they meant to. It's simple but powerful, because sometimes silence is the loudest thing in the room. So now you know their weakness, you've built a connection, and you've shown genuine interest in their lives. The next step becomes rather easy. Once the trust is established, it's time to isolate. But don't misunderstand. Isolation doesn't mean leaving them alone after months of effort. It means isolating them from the rest of the world, so that they only rely on one person, the person they trust the most. And that person is you. Johan Liebert was a master at this. He made his victims feel like he was the only one who truly understood them. Whenever they wanted to talk, he was there. Whenever they needed help, he was the first to offer it. Over time, their connections with others began to fade, and their need for Johan grew stronger and stronger. If you want to become like Johan, here's how. Ask them questions like, "Can you really trust that guy? Would they do the same for you?" These subtle doubts will make them question their relationships with others, making you look like the most trustworthy person in their life. And soon enough, you've cemented your place as their true ally. Now they trust you the most, they need you the most, and you're their last hope. At this point, with nobody else around, they can't even imagine a day without you. From here on, it's no longer about manipulation. They're now naturally dependent on you, not just emotionally, but physically too. And this is when the real magic begins. One of the most lethal weapons in manipulation is gaslighting. It's like a slow-acting poison, subtle but devastating. A gaslighter always starts by appearing as a genuinely interested person in someone's life. But over time, they begin to question even the simplest things. If you were the gaslighter in this scenario, you'd ask questions like, "Are you sure about this?" or "Did that really happen?" At first glance, these seem harmless, but each question plants a seed of doubt in the other person's mind, and soon they'll need your validation before they can trust their own decisions. Johan Liebert was a master at this. Take his own sister, Nina, for example. Nina had just escaped a traumatic incident, but Johan led her to believe that she was the cause of all the chaos around her. In one chilling scene, Johan even framed Nina as a murderer. This pushed her to question her own sanity, and with no one else to turn to, thanks to her isolation, Nina could only rely on Johan. Gaslighting is an incredibly evil tactic, and in extreme cases, it can even destroy lives. When you gaslight someone, you're not just altering their perception, you're rewriting their reality. Over time, these people will see you as their only certainty in an uncertain world. They'll come to you for answers, for validation, for comfort, even if they feel like they're losing their sanity. You can pull them back, and that will only make their reliance on you stronger. But here's the thing, manipulation and gaslighting are not the same. While anyone can be a manipulator, true gaslighters are rare. They lurk in the shadows, waiting to strike when the moment is right. Now that you've uncovered what it takes to manipulate like Johan Liebert, there's still one final, and perhaps the most important step remaining. Method number 5. You've heard the phrase, "Never judge a book by its cover," but in the real world, the opposite is true. Everyone judges by looks. And for a manipulator like Johan Liebert, that's the perfect opportunity to set his trap. Johan doesn't disguise himself as a family member or a friend. He simply appears appealing to everyone. Even his own sister was mesmerized when she first saw him. This isn't just storytelling, it's backed by research. Humans naturally pay more attention to someone who appears healthy and smart. But here's the twist. Just because someone looks smart doesn't mean they are smart. It's human nature to associate good looks with qualities like discipline and trustworthiness, and that's what makes appearance such a powerful tool. But don't get me wrong, this isn't about getting jacked or chasing six-pack abs. It's about working on yourself and grooming your appearance. Identify the areas where you're lacking and transform into a more confident version of yourself. Here's a simple example. Imagine two men. One is clean-shaven with a tidy look. The other has messy hair and an unkempt beard. Who do you trust more? Chances are you'll gravitate toward the clean-cut one. The other might even be mistaken for homeless. But here's the kicker. Some of the most notorious serial killers in history looked completely ordinary, just like me, just like you. That's the power of appearance. It shapes opinions before you even say a word. So, before you apply any of the tactics we've discussed, start with your appearance. As John C. Maxwell once said, "People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude." And there you have it. The final piece of the puzzle to mastering manipulation like Johan Liebert. I hope you enjoyed this video. These are simple yet powerful tips to transform yourself into a master manipulator. But remember, even manipulators like Johan go all in on self-improvement. So, if you want to level up your own life, check out this video right here. Until next time, stay sharp and peace out.